This is the start list for the 400 meters freestyle for men, S13. Here are the swimmers, Giles, and there is the man to beat, Ihar BOKI, the world record holder for Belarus. Aleksandr GOLINTOVSKII from Russia goes in the outside lane. Next to him, Jacob Templeman, young Australian. Can he force himself into the medal reckoning? More likely contender for the medals, Braedan Jason, second in the world rankings this year. And there is Ihar BOKI. He looked as smooth as silk. Ihar BOKI this morning. Iaroslav DENYSENKO, the man who pushed BOKI in the World Championships in Montreal. And Dmitriy HORLIN, can he win Uzbekistan's first medal at a World Championships? Sergey, PUNKO, Paralympic medalist in the last 4 Paralympic Games, and the world record holder for the S12 class, Danylo CHUFAROV from Ukraine in the outside lane. So 2 world record holders in this one. It is a combined event, but just 1 set of medals to play for. DENYSENKO is the man most likely to challenge the great Ihar BOKI from Belarus.
Take your marks.
Well, a good start. DENYSENKO, I think as you said, Paul, the fastest ranked swimmer in the world this year. Went 3:58.41 in Berlin in Germany back in April. But look at this. BOKI's turnover is absolutely ridiculous. It's so comfortable to the point where he looks like he's playing with the rest of the field. He's so good around the wall. He's streamlining, comes up, look at that. And there is a very strategic race going on here. Also going well in lane number 1. GOLINTOVSKII of Russia. Looking smooth indeed. Opted to go without a swim hat. You get a better feel of the water around your head, Paul, but of course not as streamlined as if you wore one.
Well, he's got a pretty short haircut, GOLINTOVSKII, so maybe not getting much of a drag from his hair. He hasn't got hair like Ollie Hine, that's for sure.
He hasn't. Who has?
Well, I think this is going to be a great contest between the two in the centre. DENYSENKO and BOKI, gold and silver in the last World Championships. There was only a second separating the two of them in Montreal. BOKI coming out on top, and that was where the world record was set. So both of these swimmers capable of going well under the 4-minute mark. And, well, could this be a chink in Ihar BOKI's armour here? They both look extremely comfortable there. GOLINTOVSKII holding on for 3rd position, and Dmitry HORLIN from Uzbekistan in 4th position at the moment, in with a good shout of winning Uzbekistan's first World Championship medalist here at the IPC Worlds. But DENYSENKO has it, 3/100ths of a second is the difference. They're almost in formation here.
Well, S13 is for those with a visual impairment, but it is for those with the most minimal visual impairment. These swimmers will be able to see each other in the lane next door. And I think, really, Paul, they know it's just going to be between them two for the gold medal, and very much a strategic game. And it's almost a game of chicken, isn't it? Who's going to start winding up first and who can hang on the longest? Well, BOKI is a blistering 100-meter man, but DENYSENKO certainly no slouch.
Well, you've got to think this is playing into BOKI's hands here, because they went through the halfway stage in 2:01, so you've got to think they have a little bit left in the tank. That's comfortable pacing. Remember, they both are sub-4-minute 400 freestylers, so you'd expect them to be a little bit faster at this point. It has been very strategic, and it's all going to come down to the sprint.
It certainly is. BOKI now just nudging the pace. DENYSENKO determined to not let him get away. BOKI so much more efficient though. Look at that, you see DENYSENKO, his head, lifts his head out of the water each time. But here they come now, and they are really beginning to wind it up. Look at BOKI now, he's practically shoved his stroke rate right through the roof as he winds it up now into the end of this 400 metres.
Well, here comes Ihar BOKI. That was what we thought might happen. It all came down to the sprint finish, and the king of the sprint is Ihar BOKI. He's on his way to another gold medal here for Belarus. It is under the 4-minute mark. It's a negative split for the second half of that race for Ihar BOKI. The second half faster than the first. DENYSENKO in second position, and it is a first World Championship medal for Uzbekistan. 409.36 for Dmitriy HORLIN, a new Asian record.
Well, it really was an absolutely superb demonstration from Ihar BOKI. All about the pace. He was actually quite far away from his best time in the end. There's DENYSENKO, and really he let himself be played by Ihar BOKI of Belarus, who just tightened the screw. And here you can see the hands coming over, and they pierce the water so perfectly that you can see them underneath. And this is where the pace changed gear and the stroke rate went up. There we go, a handshake between the two great rivals.
Ihar BOKI wins the world title in 3:59.48. DENYSENKO the silver, and Dmitriy HORLIN the bronze for Uzbekistan.